morning, all of you students. I am Neelam Kulkarni, lecturer of biology, and I am giving you introductory lecture as well as gist of NEET as well as MS set. I will explain in both. By the by the time the so let us start first of all with what is this MST, CET and NEET. Now you all of you know MST CET is Maharashtra State Board's entrance examination for engineering as well as for not I will not say medical, but for pharmacy, for nursing, and for allied courses. And NEET is assigned for all over India one exam only, that is National Eligibility Entrance Test, which is conducted by NTA, that is National Testing Agency. And in this both entrance examination for medical, or I will say for pharmacy or for biological purposes, the main subject is biology. All of you know that. And biology is nothing but study of living things. And the living things are very important. You know, the life is very important for us. And nowadays, because of Corona, you are seeing whatever changes are going on in the medical evolution also. So this MS set and NEET, both these examination, they have common portion because both the portions are based on 11th as well as 12th standard. So you had to learn 11th standard textbook as well as for 12th standard textbook. I will first of all say about MST-CET, which is the whole portion is not assigned for the examination. But for NEET, there are 37 chapters. Students, you must know that. And I think you are aware of the fact that you have to study 37 chapters. But in NEET, in MST CET, there is chapters that are curtailed by this Maharashtra board. Now, another important point is that for MST CET, the questions which are asked, they are for 1 mark only, and there is no negative marking for Maharashtra board. But for NEET, each question of biology or physics or chemistry, it is for 4 marks. And if you will write down the wrong answer, you know, you will that mark 1 mark will be deducted from your total marking. So you have to be very careful when you are answering the questions. If you are not confident, you have to leave the question and come back to the question for NEET. One important thing is that for MST CET there is 1 month because the tests they are starting from 17 July, and for NEET the test is for 26 July, so there is 1 month plus 10 days. So you can revise all things very easily, and there is ample time to study. I will emphasize that you have to read the textbooks very well, and you have to jot down. You must have studied that well, and you must have jotted down your important points on your point of view. If you have not done that, please do that. The important points are underlined at least, if not jotted. If you cannot write because of lack of time, but reading all the chapters is very essential. And after reading, you have to revise the chapter. Now, what is revision? After reading, you have to close the book and you have to close your eyes and just you have to remember what you have read. And if it is not to the point, again you have to read the topic and again you have to do the same thing. So reading is very essential for all these purposes, both of the, NEET as well as for CET. Now, I will ask Mr. Pavan to show us the first slide. So this is the syllabus of MST CET. 11th and 12th. Now you know for 11th, the topics are diversity in organism, biochemistry of cell, water relation, and for 12th, diversity of living world, structure and function of cell, structural organization in plant, diversity in world, living world, structure and function of cells, structural organization in animals and human physiology. Now, human physiology, it is a common name, but you know what was human physiology consists of circulatory system, nervous system, control and coordination, excretory system, reproductive system. Because human physiology includes all this. So the portion is as compared with it is less for MHT CET. Now please slide number 2, Pawan sir. Slide number 2. So this is marking scheme of MHT CET, which is I think for chemistry and physics it has been explained all by Kulkarni sir as well as Thomre sir. So I'm not going into detail of that. But you have to remember that for botany and zoology there are the number of questions and the total marks they are given in this tabular form, and you have to remember this. Next slide please. So this is the syllabus of NEET for 11th standard, diversity in living world, structural organization animals and plants, cell structure and function, plant physiology, human physiology, and for 12th it is reproduction, genetics and evolution, biology and human welfare, and ecology and environment. Though it is a list of 11 and 12 standards syllabus, the total chapters, you know, there are 37 chapters are there. And according to NEET NTA, that is National Testing Agency, they have assigned a tabular form for all these chapters. I will explain that. And it is just below the ecology and environment. You can see a tabular form from anatomy up to the last point. The first, just near the anatomy, there is two digits are there, 27324 like that, and near that digit there is weight in percentile. So according to NTA, that is National Testing Agency, anatomy of flowering plants, two questions are asked generally. Percentile is given. Animal kingdom, 7 questions can be asked. Percentile is 2. Biodiversity, 3 questions. Percentile is 1. Biological classification, 2 marks. Percentile 0 to 1. Biotechnology, 6 questions can be asked, 2 percentile. Body fluids and circulation means circulatory system, 1 question, 1 percentile. Breathing and gases exchange means respiration, 0 to 1 mark, for 0 to 1 question. The percentile is 2. Cell cycle and division, that is mitosis, meiosis, and all the details, 0 to 1, percentile is 2. Chemical coordination and integration, 1 question, 4 marks, 4 percentile I mean. Digestion and absorption, 0 to 1, 3 percentile. Environmental issues, which is the last chapter from NEET, 0 to 1, 2 percentile. Excretion, 0 to 1, questions, 2 percentile. Human reproduction, 1 question and 3 percentile. Locomotion, 0 to 1, questions, 2 marks, 2 percentile. Microbes and human welfare, 0 to 1 marks, 1 percentile. Molecular basis of inheritance, 2 questions are asked generally, 6 percentile. Morphology of flowering plants, 1 question, 5 percentile. Neural control and coordination, 0 to 1 question, 2 marks are 2 percentile. Organism and population, 0 to 1, 2 percentile. Photosynthesis, 0 to 1, 2 marks. Plant growth, 0 to 1, 1 percentile. Plant kingdom, 1, 4 percentile. Principles of inheritance and variation, where the genetical charts and pedigrees are generally asked. 1 question, 5 marks, 5 percentile. Reproduction in organisms, 0 to 1, 1 percentile. Reproductive health, 0 to 1, 2 percentile. Respiration in plants, 0 to 1, 1 percentile. Sexual reproduction in flowering plants, 1 question, 5 percentile. Structural organization in animals, 0 to 1, 2 percentile. The living world, 0 to 1, 2 percentile. And transport in plants, 0 to 1, 1 percentile. So total 90 questions are asked and the percentage is 100. So this chart, I read this chart, though it is a slightly boring one, you should know that how many questions they are generally asked and what is the percentile generally, because it is assigned by NTA, that is National Testing Agency. And now we'll slightly go to the next point. The slide I will show you afterwards. First of all, how to study. No, sir. No. I don't want that just now. First of all, after reading, as I had told you, you had to read, gist down, or you had to write down the common points, and you had to read the diagrams. Now you will feel odd that this madam, why she is saying that you have to read the diagrams. Because in NEET as well as in MHTCET, there is no need to draw the diagram. Diagram sketching application or sketching, what I will say, is not tested. But generally the diagram they asked in the that we are going to see just now, that the diagram is given, the labels the labels are asked, I had to label the diagram, or some odd labels are given, you have to correct the labels. And for that reason, I have told you that you have to read the diagrams for NEET as well as for MHTCET. And the diagrams, they are the soul of biology. Without diagrams, we cannot complete the task, we cannot complete the study of biology. So this is second thing that you have to remember. After reading, you have to read the diagrams. And the third thing is that for monohybrid cross, for dihybrid cross, as well as for the Mendelism, you have to learn the laws very well. You have to learn the laws by heart, because they can be asked by any, they can be tilted and asked, or they can be asked as state the law, or they can be asked as which is the laws, who has defined these laws. So this is third point that you have to remember. The fourth point is the names of the scientists you have to remember. For example, in Mendel, for Sutton and Boveri, for Mendelism, for chromosomal basis of inheritance, for ABO blood group, Leeuwenhoek, all these scientists, you must have read this, but my suggestion is that when you will again revise that, please take a paper and pencil and write down the name of the scientist, and after the name of the scientist, please write down the invention or the discovery that scientist has been implant for, or the scientist had discovered what or why he is famous for that. You have to learn that, because generally the questions are asked are coined, who has coined this term. And it is said that it is it is a law, not I will say law, but it is suggested that the the years and all that, they are not important, they are not generally asked. That this law is stated in this and this year is generally not, it is not generally asked in the examination. So the third point is about the scientist, name of the scientist, the laws. Then I have told you the diagrams that you have to be revised, as well as you have to read the diagrams, and you have to solve the MCQs just below your MHT that is board examination, for board examination, the board textbook, as well as for NCERT books and all the books that we are referring for, the reference books. But you have to remember well that for any examination, any question is not asked out of the syllabus. That you have to remember. But for need, some peripheral questions can be asked. Only one or two questions can be asked, peripheral questions. I will give one example. For example, Corona. Corona is hit and hot topic nowadays. And nowadays we are living with Corona, and and because of Corona only, your exams are prolonged, and that's why you have got the benefit that you are aware of the fact that your exams are postponed, and you have got ample time to study. But Corona means what? The virus. What are the symptoms? Then which medicine is prescribed? All this can be asked. I'm not sure because it is not in the syllabus. But you know, the Corona is the virus which is related with the cough and cold. And the symptoms of Corona, that is there is sore throat, then there is temperature, or there is what I will say, there is a respiratory problem. This also happens for the cough and cold also, but this Corona is mutant now. So you have to remember this some topics which can be asked as peripheral questions. But all of you know that this is very important for all this today's life, and you are living with Corona. Now, the next point that I'm going to explain is about the various questions that are asked in MHT as well as in NEET examination. These questions are asked in previous examination. So the first slide indicates that in the diagram, TS of spinal cord, identify 1, 2, and 3. A option is 1 ventral root, 2 ventral horn, 3 anterior fissure. B dorsal root, 2 dorsal horn. C 1 dorsal root, second lateral horn, and third posterior fissure. Actually, there is no posterior fissure in the diagram or in the spinal cord only. The D is dorsal root, 1, 2 lateral horn, and 3 anterior fissure. The answer is correct. And that is why I'm saying that you have to read the diagrams so that when you will observe the diagram, immediately the answer should be clicked in your mind, and you have to write down the correct answer, which is D1, that is dorsal root, lateral horn, and anterior fissure. Such questions are asked which are based on the diagrams, and it is third difficulty level diagram, that is application based. The diagram is tested as well as if you are remembering the names of the labels, they are also tested. Next slide, please. Next slide, please. Yes. This is also a diagram question I asked. The diagram of TS of anther is given below. Identify the parts labeled A, B, C. In A option, A is cuticle, B is sporogenous tissue, C is endothelium, B is epidermis, B is pollen grains, C is endothelium. C is epidermis, B is pollen grain tetrad, and C is tapetum. And D is endothelium, B is pollen sac. So this D answer is correct. So what I am saying is that why again I am taken the diagrammatic sketch or the diagram, because these are very common features of this medical entrance examination. And as I had told, this next slide is in the given ECG graph, the T wave represents. Now, This graph is that of ECG, and the various options they are given are ventricular contraction, ventricular depolarization, atrial repolarization, among which the D answer is very correct. So again, I suggest is that when you are learning the lesson, you have to read the answers, you have to read the, diagrams very well. So immediately you can get the, oh, पवन सर लास्ट ऑप्शन दिसत नाहीये मुलांना. पवन सर, हॅलो.
दाखवतो एक मिनिट.
हॅलो.
हो हो दाखवतो मॅम, एक मिनिट.
Yes, it is correct now. It is ventricular repolarization. So when the ventriculars contract and when the next cardiac cycle starts, this phase is there, which is called as ventricular repolarization. So that answer is correct. Sir, next slide, please. Now, this question says that amphimixis means sexual reproduction, vegetative propagation, parthenogenesis, binary fission. Now, you know, amphimixis means during sexual reproduction, when the male pronuclea fuses with female pronuclea, the mixing of the nuclear contents takes place, forming the diploid stage of nucleus. So it is, the correct answer is sexual reproduction, and it is the tricky questions which is of the third difficulty level. Next slide, please, sir. So this question says dash dash plant shows incomplete dominance in the flower for color inheritance. Now you know incomplete dominance means it is in between the dominant and recessive. And the correct answer is Mirabilis jalapa, Pisum sativum, Vallisneria, saliva. Sorry, salvia it is. So this correct answer is Mirabilis jalapa. तुम्ही हे लक्षात ठेवा. इनकम्प्लीट डॉमिनन्स हे एकमेव उदाहरण बोर्डाच्या आपल्या एक्झाम्पल मध्ये किंवा बोर्डाच्या पुस्तकात दिलेलं आहे. सो दिस इज ऑल्सो वन ऑफ द ट्रिकी क्वेश्चन विच इज ऑफ सेकंड डिफिकल्टी लेवल. असे काही महत्वाचे पॉइंट्स आहेत ते आपण लक्षात ठेवून ते जॉट डाऊन करायला हवेत. दॅट इज द कम्प्लीट आय विल से स्टडी. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज सर. येस, इट शोज कोणीतरी स्क्रॅच करते स्क्रीनवरती, त्याच्यावरती रेघा येत आहेत. Given below the diagram of vertical section of human kidney, identify the parts A, B, C, D and choose the correct answer. Now this, it shows the C answer, if you observe, or if you look, it shows A is renal pyramid, which is correct. B is ureter, that is also correct. C is renal pelvis, that is also correct. And D is minor calyx. You know, there are minor calyx, and in this minor calyx, they open in major calyx, and major calyx opens in ureter. So among these four, C answer is correct one, and this is the famous question which is I asked very often. So next slide, please. So these some questions I have choose from the NEET previous year's questions. Previous years means 2019 नाही, त्याच्या आधी पण विचारलं गेलेले आहेत. आणि प्रश्नाचं स्वरूप तुम्ही बघितलं तर लक्षात येईल की मी MSc CET पेक्षा थोडस एक पाऊल त्यांनी वर उचललेलं आहे. The drug called heroin is synthesized by, म्हणजे आपल्याला हे हिरोईन हे मॉर्फिन पासून तयार झालेले माहिती पाहिजे आणि मॉर्फिनचं ऍसिटिलेशन केल्याशिवाय हिरोईन तयार होत नाही, विच इज द ड्रग विच इज द इट इज कम्स अंडर ड्रग अब्यूज इन ह्युमन डिसीजेस. अदर इज ग्लायकोसिलेशन ऑफ मॉर्फिन, नायट्रेशन ऑफ मॉर्फिन आणि मिथायलेशन ऑफ मॉर्फिन. म्हणजे बघा कसं त्यांनी प्रश्न विचारलेत. मॉर्फिन इज कॉमन बट द ट्रीटमेंट that is given, chemical treatment given is different. The correct answer is acetylation of morphine, which gives you 4 marks. Next question, please, sir. Which part of the brain is responsible for thermoregulation? You know, thermoregulation म्हणजे to maintain the body temperature constant. आपण human beings वॉर्म ब्लडेड ॲनिमल्स आहोत. आपलं टेम्परेचर हे कायम राहतं. बाहेर थंडी पडली किंवा उन्हाळा झाला तरी आपलं टेम्परेचर बदलत नाही. आणि हे करायला आहे बॅलन्स ठेवायला जो ऑर्गन महत्वाचा आहे ब्रेन मधला, दॅट इज हायपोथॅलॅमस. कॉर्पस कॅलोझम काय करतो, इट कनेक्ट द टू पार्ट्स. मेड्युला ऑब्लॉंगेटा मध्ये व्हायटल सेंटर्स असतात आणि सेरेब्रम मध्ये various centers which control the muscular actions. So the correct answers for thermoregulation, that is to control the body temperature, is hypothalamus. Next question, please. Which of the following muscular disorders is, sir, next question, please. Sir, हा नेक्स्ट क्वेश्चन प्लीज सर. त्याच्या अलीकडचा क्वेश्चन पाहिजे सर. हा, मस्क्युलर डिसऑर्डर. विच ऑफ द फॉलोइंग मस्क्युलर डिसऑर्डर इज इनहेरिटेड? आता इनहेरिटन्स आहे म्हणजे याचा अर्थ असा आहे की एका पिढीतून दुसऱ्या पिढीत गेलेला आहे. तर कुठला आहे तो, त्यांनी दिलेलं काय बघा. मस्क्युलर डिस्ट्रोफी, मायस्थेनिया ग्रॅव्हिस, बुटॅलिझम आणि टिटॅनी. आता मस्क्युलर डिस्ट्रोफीचा अर्थ मस्क्युलर कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन हे काही काळ जातं आणि इट इज इनहेरिटन्स डिसीज विच इज जनरली कॅरीड from one generation to the next, and it is rather the fatal for the next generation if it is from parental generation. Of course, from parental generation the disease are then inherited. And you know, myasthenia gravis हा एक डिसीज असा आहे की मस्क्युलर कॉन्ट्रॅक्शन वरचा कंट्रोल जातो, बट इट इज नॉट इनहेरिटेड. आणि तुम्हाला माहिती असेल की अमिताभ बच्चन इज द विक्टिम ऑफ myasthenia gravis. Next question, please, sir. येस, हा जरा थोडासा नीट दिसत नाहीये. सी पर्यंतच आपण थोडं नीट करायला पाहिजे ते. इट इज नॉट सीन कम्प्लिटली. पूर्ण दिसत नाही क्वेश्चन. आन्सर त्याची नीट दिसायला पाहिजेत ऑप्शन. येस, याच्यात तिने आय विल रीड द सेंटेन्स. Match the items given in column 1 with those in column 2 and select the correct option. Column 1, tidal volume, inspiratory reserve volume, expiratory reserve volume आणि रेसिड्युअल व्हॉल्यूम. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये आपल्याला या फिगर्स डिजिट्स डेफिनेटली माहिती असले तर आपल्याला मार्क मिळतील. मगाशी मी सांगितलं तुम्हाला की ज्याच्यामध्ये आपण कन्फ्यूज असणार आहोत त्याच्यावरती टिकमार्क किंवा गोल पूर्णपणे भरणं, विच इज द कॅरेक्टर ऑफ नीट, हे करायचं नाहीये. आधी विचार करायचा आणि मग करेक्ट आन्सर द्यायचं. हे नॉलेज बेस्ड क्वेश्चन आहे हा, व्हेरी प्रायमरी क्वेश्चन. द करेक्ट आन्सर इज बी. And second, this correct answer is B, that you have to remember. So inspirator is a volume which is match the following आहे, त्यांनी match the pairs दिलेला आहे आणि B answer is correct. Next slide please. Which of the following is which of the following structure is in region is incorrectly paired with the is function. आता ह्याच्यामध्ये बघा प्रश्न कसा त्यांनी टिल्टेड विचारला किंवा कसा वेगळा विचारलेला आहे. त्यांनी इनकरेक्ट आन्सर विचारले जर वेगळ्या तऱ्हेनं जोडला गेलेला आहे. म्हणजे आपल्याला हायपोथॅलॅमस, लिम्बिक सिस्टीम, मेडुला ऑब्लॉंगेटा आणि कॉर्पस कलोजमचं फंक्शन हवं माहिती पाहिजे, जेणेकरून आपल्याला वी कॅन पेअर द इनकरेक्टली पेअर आन्सर विथ द फंक्शन. द करेक्ट आन्सर इज लिम्बिक सिस्टीम, विच इज त्यांनी असं दिलंय कन्सिस्टिंग ऑफ फायबर्स ट्रॅक्स interconnect different regions brain and controls movements, which is not at all correct. So the answer correct is B. आणि अगेन इथे परत कन्फ्युजन झालं तर आपले मार्क जाणार. म्हणून असं मी काहीतरी वेगळे प्रश्न तुम्हाला मुद्दाम शोधून काढून टाकले होते, जेणेकरून तुम्हाला कळेल की नीटची एक्झाम थोडीशी वरच्या लेवलला आहे, थोडीशी डिफिकल्ट आहे किंचित. याचा अर्थ घाबरून द्यायचं कारण नाहीये काही. आपलं वाचन झालं असेल, आपल्याला फॅक्ट्स माहिती असतील तर आपण व्यवस्थित एक्झामिनेशन क्रॅक करू शकतो. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. मी परत तुम्हाला ईसीजीचा क्वेश्चन इथे विचारला, पण हा नीटचा क्वेश्चन आहे. इथं खाली कंसामध्ये आले नीट सीबीएसई AIPMT 4 वेळेला हा प्रश्न विचारला गेलेला आहे. सो यू कॅन रिमेंबर the intensity of the question from circulatory system. The diagram given here is the standard ECG of a normal person. The P wave represents the chotasa peak ahe, and options are contraction of both the atria, initiation of the ventricular contraction, beginning of the systole. सर क्वेश्चन गेला तो परत. पवन सर, पवन सर, पुढचा क्वेश्चन, लास्ट क्वेश्चन आहे हा ईसीजीचा. तर पुढचा हा येस करेक्ट. सो डी डी सर एक मिनिट जरा एक मिनिट. डी आन्सर डी ऑप्शन इज एंड ऑफ सिस्टोल, but the correct answer is contraction of both the atria, and then this after the contraction the next stage starts, that is the contraction of the ventricles. So the peak is very small as compared with QRS. So this is rather the tricky questions. These are rather the questions which are asked in various features for NEET. तुम्हाला मी आता काही डायग्राम दाखवणार आहेत, कलर डायग्राम्स आहेत. असे क्वेश्चन्स नुसते डायग्राम देऊन त्याला लेबल करा किंवा ते डायग्राम कुठले आहेत असे सुद्धा प्रश्न विचारले जातात. आपण एक लुक घेऊयात त्या डायग्रामचे. सर प्लीज. पवन, नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज. दिस इज एक्सटर्नल हार्ट अनाटॉमी. तुम्ही सगळ्यांनी शिकलेले आहे, परत मी काय हे सांगत बसत नाही तुम्हाला. पण ह्याच्यामध्ये ऑरिकल्स, व्हेंट्रिकल्स, त्यानंतर आयोर्टिक आर्च, प्री कॅवा आणि पोस्ट कॅवा हे लक्षात ठेवायचं आहे. नेक्स्ट डायग्राम. नेक्स्ट डायग्राम प्लीज. येस, दिस इज ॲनिट्रोपस ओव्ह्यूल व्हर्टिकल सेक्शन दिलेला आहे. या व्हर्टिकल सेक्शन मध्ये तुम्हाला चलाझा, अँटीपोडल्स, सेकंडरी न्यूक्लियस, प्लासेंटा, फ्युनिकल हे सगळं दिसतंय. पण ह्याच्यामध्ये महत्वाचं काय आहे तर अँटीपोडल्स, सेकंडरी न्यूक्लियस, एग ॲपरेटस आणि प्लासेंटा असे काही डायग्रॅमॅटिक प्रश्न हे हमखास मार्क मिळवून देणारे असतात. आणि जनरली दे आर आस्क्ड इन नीट क्वेश्चन, नीट एक्झामिनेशन. नेक्स्ट स्लाइड प्लीज सर. हे फ्लॉवरचे पार्ट्स आहेत, हे तुम्ही शाळेपासून शिकत आलात तरी सुद्धा आपण रिव्हाइज करू एकदा. हे थॅलॅमस पहिलं आहे ते स्टॉक किंवा पेडुंकल, त्याच्यानंतर आहे ते म्हणजे कॅलिक्स, करोला, अँड्रोशियम आणि गायनेशियम. व्हर्टिकल सेक्शन घेतलेला आहे फ्लॉवरचा. असे सुद्धा सोपे प्रश्न काही विचारले जाऊ शकतात. सो हे सगळे प्रश्न मी तुम्हाला दिलेले. सो बिफोर वी कन्क्लूड आय विल से दॅट रीडिंग, डायग्रामॅटिक स्केच, रिकॅपिट्युलेशन म्हणजे रिव्हाइज करून आठवणं, आपलं क्वेश्चन्स नोट डाऊन करणं, मार्क आपले स्वतःचे पॉइंट्स लिहून काढणं आणि वेगवेगळ्या पुस्तकातनं एमसीक्यू सोडवणं. तुम्हाला जमलं तर मागच्या वर्षीचे 2 वर्षाचे पेपर जर मिळालेत तुम्हाला नीटचे तर ते पण सोडून बघा, म्हणजे तुमच्या लक्षात येईल की हाऊ द क्वेश्चन्स आर आस्क्ड. पण एमएसटी सीईटी ही परीक्षा ऑनलाईन असल्यामुळे त्याचे पेपर जनरली मिळू शकत नाहीत. and the books that you are going to refer, that is main question that is asked very often, and it is regarding MSTCET बोर्डाचं पुस्तक आहे, बायबल आहे, त्याच्यावरतीच प्रश्न विचारले जातात. ते पुस्तक त्याचे धडे पिंजून काढायला पाहिजेत, 10 वेळा वाचायला पाहिजेत, म्हणजे आपल्याला सगळे मार्क मिळू शकतात. आणि नीटसाठी हे आपलं एनसीईआरटीचं पुस्तक आहेच आहे, पण इतरही काही पुस्तकं आहेत ही बाजारामध्ये. आता या ठिकाणी मी नावं घेणं जरा अवघड आहे, ते बरोबर नाहीये, पण काही काही अशा संस्था आहेत, काही प्रकाशन आहेत ज्याची पुस्तकं चांगली आहेत. आर्यंत आहे, प्रगती आहे, निराली आहे. ही पुस्तकं तुम्ही बघा, सोडवा त्याचे क्वेश्चन आणि जास्तीत जास्त तयारी करा. आणि तयारी करायची म्हणजे प्रश्न सोडवायचे, आणखीन थिअरी वाचायची. त्याच्या पलीकडे बायोलॉजी मध्ये दुसरं काही नाही. नो डेरिव्हेशन, नो इक्वेशन, नथिंग लाईक दॅट. सो दिस इज थोडंसं आपलं लेक्चर डिस्टर्ब झालं, त्यामुळे कदाचित फ्लो गेला असेल. तरी आय एम सॉरी फॉर द टेक्निकल डिफिकल्टीज दॅट आर देअर. पण तरी सुद्धा तुम्हाला काही प्रॉब्लेम असेल, काही क्वेरीज असेल, यू कॅन आस्क मी or you can write down in written and you can ask to, you can send a message to Vidyarthi Mitra. Your question, your queries can be solved. So wish you all the best. If you have any problems, you can please ask me.
Please ask your queries. Guys, Harshal, Janvi, please ask your queries. Yes, Harshal. Okay, Akansha, Sainath, please ask your queries.
Hello.
Yes, Sainath.
Sir,
Hello, yes.
I want to know about adalphoparasitism in organisms and population.
Adalphoparasitism.
हाँ.
Adalphoparasitism is the parasitism which is totally dependent on the host.
Yes.
It is from NEET.
Hello.
It is from NEET, not from MST-CET. Anybody else? Pawan sir?
Anybody else is asked?
Should we conclude then?
Yes,
Hello,
ma'am.
Pawan
Please
sir.
conclude. Yes, ma'am. Please conclude.
Can we conclude? Okay. And please don't tell the students that if you are interested in mock test, you can arrange the test for them also.